I remember when everyone said this category would be overpowered. Well, we might be getting it. Sort of. What's going on, everyone? Tallen back here, and today we are going to be talking about the new Namek Saga Goku. Now, we don't have the data download just yet. We should be seeing that in 12 hours, give or take, by the time of this recording, maybe a little bit longer after that. But after teamdokkaner posted on Twitter and everything, and I messaged him myself, and I said, hey man, is this what you mean and everything? He says, yeah, 99% sure, this is basically it. And he said, but there are a couple little things that I will talk about later. I was like, oh, all right, so we are officially getting this. And do you remember back in the days where we originally got the categories? You know, we had Fusion, we had Shadow Dragons, everyone's just like, what would happen if we got a Super Saiyan category? It'd be the most overpowered thing ever. Well, we might be getting one. So basically, the way it looks right now is that with the new Namek Saga Goku, we are going to be getting, at least for one of his categories, I'm assuming he's a dual categories, probably Namek Saga, and then this next one, he's going to be a Super Saiyan category. Now, one thing that Team Dokkaner did tell me is that we're not exactly 100% sure if it's just Super Saiyan or everything else. So I want to go into both possibilities, what it could mean, and why I think it's probably mostly going towards the Super Saiyan only category. But nonetheless, that category is going to be busted. Probably not really the more I think about it though, because they're probably just going to do that 130 attack and the defense and maybe 150 HP or something, or maybe 130 HP and then 170 defense or something like that. You know, the attack won't be as high because, again, so many Saiyan units in the game. But anyway, so let's take a look. So first off, one branch of this essentially is to say, okay, it allows every single style of Super Saiyan. We're talking 1, 2, 3, God, Blue, maybe, no, not UI. I wouldn't really call UI that one. But 4, anything like that, we would see in this category. And we already know that something like Pure Saiyans is already considered one of the biggest categories in the entire game. To then have every single form of Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, 3, again, whatever it happens to be, show up, that would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it would basically make Super Saiyan 3 category useless. It would make it absolutely useless unless the category, again, only gives 130% to the attack part of that and the HP, and then 170% defense or whatever they decide to do. Then SSJ 3 Bardock would still be the better category for those Super Saiyan 3s, at least in that moment. So, but could you imagine what that would look like? Just, you know, to throw on any Super Saiyan form that you want and be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to throw in Super Saiyan Goku that turns into Super Saiyan Blue. I'm going to throw in these LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta together. I'm going to throw in the new Tech LR Super Saiyan Broly, or technically he goes Legendary Broly after just a couple of turns, but nonetheless, something like that. Throw it in the LR Gohan and Goten, or whatever other cards you want to throw in. Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, they probably honestly really wouldn't work that well together. You definitely want to have, I would say, 2 attackers per rotation, and then the rest of them need to be kind of side characters to help with key and, you know, stat boosts and all that other stuff. But nonetheless, you can still run it if you want to, right? You can still run it, and no one ever thought that'd be possible. I mean, obviously, yeah, you can do a rainbow team, but those are generally, you know, your 70% leads, your 100% at the very most. You can do a super lead if you want, but again, that's 120%. This is like a category. And if Goku boosted a Saiyan or Super Saiyan type category for a decent amount, even 150%, not even 170%, just 150%, that would be pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So that is one potential road they could go down. Now, the more realistic approach is that this is only going to be Super Saiyan. And I talked about this in my video yesterday where I was doing some predictions about what the Namek Saga Goku would be and everything. But I personally think it is going to be just simply Super Saiyan. And I think most people would agree that you're going to be like, they wouldn't go that crazy. They still technically could. But they're not going to go that crazy. They're just going to do a normal Super Saiyan. Maybe the only exception is they'll include the Super Vegeta and the Super Trunks. You know, the big buff guys. I mean, because why not, right? I mean, they're basically Super Saiyan, just a little powered up, I guess. But nonetheless, anyway. So if they do the Super Saiyan category, and then they also do a Namek Saga category, and on top of that with the dual category lead, then with the Super Saiyan category, I think it would be more justifiable to have it at, you know, 150% across the boards in terms of stats, or 150% HP and maybe 170% defense and attack, or something, you know, something along those lines that we could potentially see right there. But I can tell you right now, I think most people would definitely be more excited to get a Goku that with a Super Saiyan category than just a Namek Saga category. Yes, Namek Saga is the most iconic thing from the manga and the anime to a lot of people because it is the first time a Goku goes Super Saiyan and everything, but the category is very limited. No matter how big of a boost you give it, except for maybe, you know, like 500% or something like that, it's still a very limited category, okay? Whereas a Super Saiyan category, people have been wanting that for quite a long time. So I'm just going to say, it'd definitely be pretty cool. So, but with that, you can still throw in a lot of classic normal Super Saiyan cards. Hey, just off the top of my head, Super Saiyan Gogeta, Super Saiyan Broly, the new LR Tech Broly, the new LR Goten and Trunks. You know, you can start throwing all those characters if you definitely wanted to. Heck, Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta, who then fuse into either Vegeta or Super Gogeta. Technically, they are Super Saiyan. So, assuming Akatsuki did not go full, well, Akatsuki on their categories, then you could easily start mixing and making all those different teams. Not to mention all the Super Saiyan that are good support units and everything. Although I will say, rip the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan who gives the 35% attack and defense because he's Super Saiyan 2. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. But anyway, so that could definitely right there be a possibility right there. Now, what I mean by when I say Akatsuki going, well, Akatsuki their categories essentially, it's where they take a category and you think that someone's going to be in said category, and then they turn out to not be. One very recent example was when the Gohan and the Goten came out, they made the new category of sibling like bonds or something like that, I guess. Was that what Global technically called it? Again, I haven't seen the kanji for how I would directly translate. But anyway, nonetheless, when that category came out, you saw things, you know, like Beerus and Champa, which then included like the LR Beerus, Whis and everything, and those were totally fine. But then when it came down to Toburu and Vegeta, you know, they're brothers obviously, but there's only one Vegeta, and it's one of the random resurrected Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas. There's nothing else. There's no Super Saiyan Vegeta. There's no Super Saiyan God Vegeta or anything like that. It's just like a few of the Blue Vegetas, and that's basically it. So that is, again, kind of a weird reason for using only those, even though, again, you know, if you want to make the argument that, yes, hey, it's anything after Super, okay, fine, I'll agree with that. It's anything after Super, but Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, anybody? Pretty sure that's in there. Super Saiyan God, pretty sure that's around Dragon Ball Super times. So just gonna say right there that you know, again, kind of weird situations there. I mean, you know, you know, when they started doing the whole thing where they had Fusion and Batara that are technically separate, even though in the end they're both fusions. It's like, well, no, one's dance and one's an earring. You know, a lot of people were just like, what's going on here and everything. And obviously that thing's been cleared up and everything. But again, you know, you can also look at something like the Shadow Dragons arc. You know, technically, yeah, this STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku was supposed to be from the time he fought Baby. But, you know, then there's some other character, you know, like the Pan and everything. You know, it's like, well, technically it never really said what part she's from and everything. Nonetheless, I can go on and on about there are certain characters that every single time some category comes up, we're like, why aren't you in this category? Why are you in this category? So sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it's just like, you're stretching there, Akatsuki. You really are. So it'd really be interesting to see, though, if it is a true, just normal Super Saiyan category. Is it going to be, you know, you have to be Super Saiyan and that's it? Or what about combinations? Because the moment you start looking at, you know, is it going to, if there's two Saiyans in there and they're both Super Saiyan, will those work? Because I just realized something right here and there. If, you know, you could easily see something like this where Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, both the LRs that go into Vegeta or Gogeta, if they're not in the category, even though, again, they are basically Super Saiyan, but then you have something like the TUR Super Saiyan of Kale and Caulifla, and they're in the category, it's just like, whoa, what's going on here, folks? Are you really using the fusions as an excuse to not put them in there, even though they never went past Super Saiyan in those states? So, you know, again, I'm just taking a random example right there. You cannot actually you wouldn't be able to run the LR version of them. They have to be a TUR. I mean, they still be a Beast, obviously, but you can't run the LR version if that is the case, and that's how they make the Super Saiyan category. So, but nonetheless, I'm basically rambling here, just to, you know, there's infinite possibilities. So, I want to know your opinions right now. Do you think it is going to be this road, saying it's going to be any of the Super Saiyans, 1, 2, 3, 4, God, Blue, you name it, or is it just going to be Super Saiyan? maybe with a little bit of Super Vegeta / Super Trunks? And do you think something like the combination cards, you know, Gogeta, Vegito, all those characters, do you think they'll be in this Super Saiyan category? So, anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Again, data download in, again, 12 to 15 hours, give or take. And then banner's probably on Thursday, so it should be good. So, anyway, that's me for the video, though. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you all in the next one.